Okay, we are back. What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to the Patriot Pride channel. How you doing this week, Mike?
I'm doing good.
What all you got going on this week?
This week or this past week? This coming
This
up week?
past this past week. What all did you get into this past week?
I had 3 teams I had to spray.
Yep,
Pretty slow week. The week before we were slammed. We did 7.
that's
So
good.
we got to hang out at the Buford Douglas game. It was pretty cool.
That's nice.
Have
That's
you
always
that
good.
that stadium at Buford? I know you people see it on TV and all that kind of stuff. The jumbotron. That thing was $1,000,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think they spent $1,000,000 on just putting bees everywhere. There's the Buford bee everywhere. Like there's every pillar, literally every pillar when you walk in has a bee on
They
it.
like their branding, huh?
100%. It was $1 million
Well,
in just the bee.
well,
But
good.
it was awesome. It was a fun experience. Got to take my little boy.
Oh, that's cool. I'm sure he enjoyed it.
Oh, he did. He thought he was playing in the Super Bowl,
Yeah,
getting
for
to
sure.
catch passes out at Buford Stadium.
Well, good for him. He deserves it. He's a good kid. Very talented kid. Very talented kid.
He works hard.
Yeah.
I think he works hard. I think his training and stuff he works harder than he is talented.
I don't know, man. He's pretty talented. He's definitely pretty talented. But like we were talking about earlier, I mean, why wouldn't he be? Number one with you being his dad, but number two, he's been in the gym since he's.
2 weeks old.
Yeah. So good for him. Good for him. What's up, Devin? Shout out to Devin.
He's the man.
Yeah. So it's been a crazy couple of weeks, right?
It has
A
been.
lot of stuff going on. Again, we don't want to get into a lot of politics, but I'll tell you, it's just a lot of things are going on that I just don't like it, man.
It's.
It's
I mean, it's that conquer and divide, right? Like,
yeah,
it's always feels like it's us versus them or them versus us or this. And at the end of the day, we all bleed red.
yeah. I mean, I honestly do feel like a lot of people are saying this back and forth, but it really is a battle of good and evil.
Yeah,
Man.
it has
really,
nothing to do with Democrat or
no.
Republican or this and that. It's good versus evil.
Yeah,
It's a spiritual warfare that we have to fight, and we have to determine that, like, hey, and you literally have to choose a side. You cannot, when you're going back to biblical times and talking about just the Bible and reading the Bible, it's almost like that lukewarm Christian, right?
yeah,
Like, you can't straddle the fence. It's to the point where you got to decide, and there's a revival that is
seems that way.
coming across
Yeah,
our country just in sports. Like I said, everything in my life pretty much revolves around sports and being around, high school athletes, college athletes, pro athletes, this, that, and the other. But like 2 years ago, there wouldn't have been as many people speaking out about their faith and this, that, and the other like it is today. Like I said, I went to another high school game last night, and it was literally in a pretty prominent program, and it was literally, I guarantee you, probably all but like 5 kids ran to the end zone and was praying on both teams.
Wow.
It was something that you just didn't see this time last year.
Yeah,
And I think some people are speaking out, and whether you agree with it or not, like, I'm a firm believer in Jesus Christ, and
yes,
I will take that to my grave. But to see people speaking out, whether they lose an NIL deal or not, like, that's not even the point anymore.
right.
And that's the only thing I can say that took over for the last week, is people are now speaking out, not caring what the consequence is on either side, right? Like,
Yeah,
somebody lost their job. They're talking about Jimmy Kimmel losing their job, right?
right.
Like, and people are upset about that. But at the same time, like, you have the freedom of speech, but that doesn't mean you don't take away the consequence of what your speech is. I can walk out and say all this crazy stuff, and then something happened to me, and they're like, oh, I'm supposed to be protected from that? No, like, yeah, you have your freedom of speech. You ain't in jail.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
you just got fired.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great point. I mean, yeah, we live in a country where thankfully we do have the opportunity for freedom of speech. But like you said, I mean, I think people hopefully are waking up and understanding now that there are consequences behind that. And I mean, we want everybody to have freedom of speech, right? But not when it incites hate or it incites violence toward anybody. That's just not what it's about, man. That's not what free speech was meant or intended to do.
Me and you have disagreed a lot about a lot of things throughout life, right? For the last 30 years. We have not agreed on everything. But at the same time, that doesn't mean we lose our friendship.
Right.
We just don't agree on that. We agree to disagree.
Right.
And because, somebody doesn't agree with what I say or my religion or my belief in politics or whatever, like, nobody deserved what happened this past week. Bull crap. If you celebrate that, go to hell. I mean, that's literally.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
for sure.
There's no other way to say that.
Yeah. No, I totally.
You can edit that if you want to. That's just my personal belief. That doesn't have anything to do with Patriot pride. That's just me.
We'll keep it in.
So
no, it's 100% accurate. I mean, to justify, I guess you'd say, or speak out, or go along with something that tragic happening, and to praise it. I mean, no matter who you are, how can anyone do that?
But then again, like, we sit there and we talk about it, and it's almost like the modern day crucifixion, right? Like, I'm not comparing them two at all. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, like, they mocked Jesus. Why not mock Charlie?
Yeah.
Right. Like they mocked him on the cross. They didn't believe all of it. Like, if you don't have haters, you ain't doing something right.
Yeah.
And like I said, I think it truly set a movement. And to see athletes and to see from all levels. I mean, I'm at high school and college and pro and this and the other. In all levels, they're all like, it's a revival. And like, I mean, if you're in the scripture and you're reading the Bible, it talks about, the end of times and this and the other, and they're like where you need to be.
Yeah.
And it's getting to that point. Like, you're literally gonna have to be at the point of where you're choosing sides.
And great point. And it seems like we're there, right? I mean, it definitely
100%.
It definitely at this point seems like we're there. And it's up to us. It's up to everyone listening to this, watching this. You got to decide which way do you want to go. Are you going to choose?
I'm not the one to tell you which way to choose, right? Like,
yep.
But I am going to tell you, this is how I'm going to live. This is how I am going to raise my family. And what happens, happens. I know people are tired of sitting back and waiting, or sitting back and being silent, thinking they're doing the good thing. Like, I mean, there ain't, in my opinion, in my family, the way, there ain't no more sitting back. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Screw it. Period. Point blank. End of discussion. There's no more gray.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and it almost does feel like there's a revival at this point. Not only nationwide but worldwide. I don't know if you saw what happened in Europe and all of those supporters.
I mean, you saw countries that 10, 15, 20 years ago that you couldn't even speak the word Jesus without. Yeah. And now they're out yelling, like, I mean, and they might not be saying the word Jesus, right? But at the same time, like, they're saying Charlie Kirk, and they know what he represented. Like,
exactly, yeah. And it goes back to the good and evil thing.
It's 100% good evil.
Yeah.
Forget the red and the blue and all that. It's good and evil.
Yeah.
And for so long, we've allowed evil to penetrate. I was watching a thing on Facebook Reels on my phone, and it was talking about, a guy asked ChatGPT and all that AI stuff about, like, if you were the devil, what would you do? And he's like, it hit me like a ton of bricks. It said, I wouldn't convince you to worship God, or I wouldn't convince you try to worship me. But as long as you're not worshiping God, then you're worshiping me. And it's like, I wouldn't come out and like tell you this, this, and this. Like, I want to gradually pull you away from him. And before long, you gradually do something. You forget about, like, you forget what you used to do.
Yeah.
Like, we're working out, right? When I sold my facility, CrossFit gym, I said I was going to take 6 months off.
Yeah.
Like, it was a grind. It was every day. It was this. It was that. I took 6 months off. It's been almost 13 years. Like, right? Like, it's because it was an everyday thing. It was something you had to do. You go out to eat, right? You're going out to eat, and you're in a small town, and you had a bunch of athletes that would come and train at your facility. If you went out to eat, like, you had to make sure there wasn't no cheat meal.
That's right.
Because they were like, they walk in, they saw you eating what you told them not to eat, and they didn't know it was your cheat meal. Like, it was always something, right? And it got to the point where it was just like, man, I'm done. I don't have to put on for anybody. I'm done. I'm sick, and now it's 13 years later.
Yeah.
So,
hey, life happens, man, and time flies. It
does.
Time flies. It's so amazing to look back. You know, I mean, just 13 years ago, it seems like yesterday, but then you look at all the things that have gone on in those 13 years. And, you know, I always say almost time is a thief, man. It just steals things away from us. It steals memories or moments away from us. And, I'm like 6 months away from like my 30-year reunion. High school. Yeah, it's unbelievable, man. It is unbelievable. Speaking of that, are you guys going to have one?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm assuming, like, I saw, like, the class before us.
Okay.
They just celebrated their 30th, so
okay.
I'm assuming we will.
Cool.
We've always been pretty traditional in the fact that, like, they're always, you know.
Yeah. That's a good thing. I think we only had our maybe 10-year anniversary or
reunion.
Reunion, yeah. I think we only had 10 years, so
I mean, that just shows you how much younger you are than me. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm like a year younger than you. But yeah, it's crazy, man. It really is. I mean, you think back.
Y'all didn't have a 20-year?
We didn't. We only had a 10. I think we only had a 10-year. It was either 10 or 15. I can't.
Y'all didn't have a 20-year at all.
We had one. Put it that way. I don't know. So I can't remember.
Or is that they just didn't invite you to?
I could have just not been invited. That's probably it. So if anybody out there is watching on the what is the committee, the graduation committee from Franklin County High School,
look,
I don't appreciate it. So hopefully they'll reach out.
The kicker wants to be invited.
That's right. The kicker wants to be involved. But no, it's amazing how time flies. And you know, speaking of that, I literally only see maybe one person from high school, and I don't see him very much anymore.
You really don't live in your hometown though, right? Like,
true.
It's not far away, but like, I graduated from here. I live here.
Yeah.
Like, it's different. And I'll be honest with you, there's some people I could care less if I saw.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, at the end of the day, like, it's good running into people and seeing what they have accomplished and what they've done. Prime example. We didn't go to school with him, but we got on that conversation. We got on a phone call today.
Yeah.
We got to talk to one of my favorite people right after I graduated high school, former UGA player.
Great guy.
Amazing, humble.
Top-notch guy.
And we got to talk to him today, and we just called him out of the blue as we were sitting there watching football. You meant, and I hadn't, and I'll be honest with you, sorry, I had not thought about him in forever.
Yeah.
And then you just mentioned his name, and I was like, and it put me in a different mood just by his energy and what he put out and what he was about.
Yeah.
And to see the injuries that he overcame. And, I mean, you're talking about one of the top 100 players in the whole entire country.
Right. Yep.
Not just in, not in 100, top 100 in your position. We're talking about, like, top 100 in the whole daggone thing.
Yeah.
And to see his battle and what he came through and what he did. And when I called him, I was like, there's no way this is still his number. And all of a sudden, that son of a gun answered. And it was like, it took us back 25 years.
It did, yeah. And what a great guy.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Like, and to be an entrepreneur and what all he's doing and looking him up and be like, dang, I guess he is doing it.
Yeah.
It was a pretty cool experience.
Yeah. So shout out to Dynast Amir, if you watch this episode. Shout out to you. It was great talking to you tonight. Hopefully,
amazing.
Hopefully we can get together soon.
And we'll make that Africa trip.
For sure. Yeah. So he I guess he gathers people in tours, sends them for tours of Africa. I want to learn more about it.
I would love to.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about it, so maybe we can get with him. What a great trip! Can you imagine what that would be like?
No, and just being around, and I, like I said, I might have said this before, but I'm all about energy, right?
For sure, yeah.
You can come in and your energy tells me all I need to know. Either I want to be around you or I don't. And a lot of times, like, no matter what, even during his struggle he went from being on top of the world and being the next great thing at the University of Georgia to having just this freak injury.
In spring training, right?
Yeah.
Never even got to see the field.
I mean, I think
at that point.
I think he worked back and got to see a little bit.
Yeah, he
but
did, yeah.
To just the energy that he always had, right? Like, can you imagine coming from California and being just, that's the guy.
Yeah.
And I'm not even just in football. It was in track too. Like, I go and tell you, I always thought I was pretty quick. I always thought I was pretty fast.
Yeah.
And there ain't many son of a guns that would outrun me.
Right, yeah.
And we were out there in the parking lot, and that son of a gun was injured, and he was like, Clark, you ain't got it. And I was like, bro, that son of a gun outran me with a dead foot. I was telling Devin about that. Now, I ain't lost many races. I didn't. At that time, I lose every race you got now. But at that time, I hadn't lost many races.
Yeah.
And that son of a gun beat me out in the parking lot, and I was like, dude, I have never seen that kind of speed in my entire life.
I remember that day. Yeah.
You do remember that day?
So imagine if he hadn't got injured.
Dude.
But you know what? Hey, that goes to show that's what...
But the difference is God gives you what you can handle.
Exactly.
If I would have been that fast...
Yeah.
And all of a sudden lose it. Right. Now, granted, he was still faster than 95% of the people in this world.
Injured, yeah.
But if I would have lost that, I would not have come back with the same energy and effort,
right,
and happiness, and just I wouldn't have been able to do it. I would have hated the world.
Yeah.
And to be able to do what he did.
He was one of the most positive people I've ever been around. And like you said, that energy was so contagious.
Even tonight.
Yeah.
Like, we were sitting there watching the football game, having just a great time.
Yeah.
But as soon as I heard his voice, it was like,
yeah,
that's what I remember.
Yeah. Brought back a lot of good memories for sure.
It did.
Yeah. So shout out to him. Hopefully we'll be able to get together soon and create some new memories,
Yeah, most definitely.
That's all about. So tonight, I think we're going to do, if you're up for it, I think we're going to do the second Patriot Pride whiskey tasting.
I think I'll be better this time than I was the last time.
You think so?
These lights are killing me. That's why I got my glasses on. I'm just here to tell you, like, these lights are so damn bright. We got to figure something out.
Well, I do want to piggyback off of that because I don't think it got included in the last episode. But yes, the lights are bright, but also we want to shout out to Birdie Sunglasses.
Most definitely, dude, you don't even feel like, granted, it's so bright. Like, I had to put them on. But at the same time, like, it's like I don't have them on.
Yeah, you can't even really feel them.
You know,
they're so comfortable.
They're the best, honestly. And I honestly, and I'm not exaggerating when I tell you this, I probably have 100 pair of sunglasses.
Right.
Like, I wear sunglasses like people wear shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And these are by far the best sunglasses I have ever worn. Like, the lenses, they're Zeiss lenses.
They're great.
They're super light frames. They stay on your face when you're playing golf and you make your swing,
Yeah, and I've transitioned to those. That's the only thing that I run in now. They're so easy on the eyes.
Oh, they're amazing. They're lightweight.
Yeah.
So shout out to Birdie Sunglasses. They're amazing.
Yeah, we appreciate the sponsorship on this, and also. wanted to touch base on. We talked about a few situations that we got into in the past on the last episode.
And we ran into somebody.
And actually, we ran into Willie Walker. So he was mentioned in the last episode. So if you haven't seen that, be sure to go back and check that out. It's a pretty funny story. Had a lot of good times with Willie.
I actually sprayed him the other day when doing the targeted cryotherapy. He's a former pro boxer. He actually taught me boxing. And ran into him, and he watched both episodes, and he was like, "Hey, y'all are some of the funniest cats like ever." But he had a relative, and he was reaching out and was like, "Hey, is there something that you can do?" And I like I said, I passed that on to you, and we're in the process of. I'm leaving that up to you, but we're in the process of doing something for him, military vet, and tell him like what somebody could expect or how to be able to reach out and allow Patriot Pride to help.
Yeah, for sure. And it was such a coincidence that after that episode, you ran into him, and then I actually ran into him a couple of days ago. So,
and we hadn't seen this guy in like 5 years.
I haven't seen him probably 5-7 years. So, God works in mysterious ways.
He does.
So it was a blessing for me. I actually was able to call his cousin.
Really?
He reached out to him while I was with him the other day, and definitely we're gonna try to help him out a little bit. And we've now got some more families that are lined up that we want to help. So we love that, man. I love, that's what we're all about. That's what Ryan would love to do, and so that's what we're all about. So you can go to www.patriotprideusa.org, and there's a link there to get in touch with us, whether you know someone or you may need some help with something. I'd love to hear from anyone that would like to open up and tell us your story. We may have you on the podcast. We're actually thinking about, or we actually are going to go to this gentleman's his house, and so we'll shoot.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too. We'll shoot some footage from there. So yeah, there's a link on there to help out as well. If you want to donate and help out the cause. We'd love for you to help out. All the proceeds from this, again, go to military families that are in need. So,
and by the way, it's 100% nonprofit, right?
That's right.
So, like, we aren't getting paid for this. We aren't doing like everything we do, and that's why I was willing to put my time in, right? Like, it's all about giving back to the community and the people who allow us to be able to provide for our families. And granted, we have a blast doing this, but at the same time, at the end of the day, it's all about supporting our military families, our first responders, and all of that kind of stuff. Because without that, like,
where would we be?
I mean,
where would we be?
There's no telling.
Yeah.
And coming from being a first responder, right? It's a thankless job, and I love the fact that I hate the circumstances that you opened up Patriot's Pride and started Patriot's Pride, but I love the fact that you're able to do it, and I'm able to be a part of it coming from another side, because I've seen both sides. I've seen that, we were having a discussion today again, and we was talking about the difference of like what I do now. Everybody loves to see me coming.
Yeah.
It's like that fireman. Like, everybody loves a fireman.
Yeah.
And they're first responder, and they're, everybody hates to see police. Right.
Pretty much, yeah.
A police gets behind you, they're like, oh my God, is my tail light out? All of them things. Yeah. You see a fireman, you're like, hey, what's up? Get the cat out of the tree.
Yeah, for sure.
But just being in general, like, just having that, how everything has kind of come full circle now, right? Like, I left that, went into doing some other things to try to make some money and be able to provide with our family. And they don't get paid. I'm just telling you, they don't get paid enough to do what they do. But to be able to just be a part of just even if it's just talking about it, just being able to be a part of, giving time and donating money or whatever it may be, that we just give back to our military, that and our first responders or whoever. Patriot Pride. Look, I have nothing to do with Patriot Pride other than sit up here and talk. But
you do a great job of that, Mike.
but at the same time, like I have come to understand the story, and I know, and I've become passionate about how much it's needed. And so it's an honor to be able to sit up here in front of this flag and be able to go, hey, this is what we represent, and for you to be able to sit there and see you work behind the scenes. Like I said, I don't have anything to do with it. It's 100% Adam Hayes, and to be able to see what you do and be able to see the smiles on the people's faces that you do help is bar none one of my favorite times. When you call and be like, hey, we need to do a podcast, I'm like, dude, let's go. Like, I get excited about it, and it's pretty cool. There ain't many things I get excited about these days, but like getting out here and hanging out with you and watching games and doing this and reminiscing about what we can do or what we've done to be better it's a pretty cool gig.
Well, I appreciate that, man. That means a lot, and I think that, or I know that you actually are a lot more important to this than you think that you are. And so just by getting out, helping spread the word and coming and us, number one, having a good time.
100%.
And hopefully getting some people away from whatever they may have going on for whatever amount of time they're watching us. Hopefully we can make a few people smile or laugh. So
I've actually had people like say, like, dude, not knowing, like, there's not a huge following right now on YouTube, but just people going, hey, y'all are some funny cats. And I'm like, dude, if you only knew.
If you only knew, yeah. Just keep watching, right?
Right. But
that being said, actually, we have had a good following so far just for our 2 episodes. So, please, if you're watching, we would love for you to subscribe to the channel. That would really help us out a lot. Subscribe, like it, share it with someone. If you're watching it, someone that may enjoy it, share the link with them and ask them to watch it. So that would really help us out. So we're trying to build our fan base, right?
100%.
So it's we had a good response to both the first episodes.
What I was going to say was I actually had somebody up. We were the other day. I had to actually somebody say, "Did I see you on YouTube the other day?" And I was like, "Probably not." He was like, "Yes, I did," and like it was the craziest thing ever. And Devin's like, Dad, are you famous? I was like, no, bro. We're 10 minutes. We're 10 minutes from the house.
Yeah, exactly.
It was probably Adam's cousin.
Probably so. But no, it's been great, man. It's been a lot of fun, and I just want to thank you again for everything that you're doing. I really appreciate that.
Dude, I'm honored. Truly,
it means a lot, and hopefully, as we progress, we'll help a lot of people. That's the main thing, and again, help it in any way. If it's just making somebody laugh for a little while, that laughter goes a long way, especially nowadays. So hopefully we can at least take people's cares away for the brief amount of time that they're watching us, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So anyway, I think we'll get into another tasting. Like I said, this will be our second.
Y'all about to laugh.
This will be our second whiskey tasting. So I've got two different whiskeys here. So
they look the same.
Well, that's a good point. So they're not actually the same, but they are the same.
So it's the same maker?
So it's Elijah Craig. So I know we touched on Elijah Craig on the last episode, right?
Which one was that now? Like, because there again, I'm new to all of this stuff. Which one was the Elijah Craig?
So the Elijah Craig was the first that we tried, the hot one, the 131. Yeah, that first one. We probably should have done that one last.
Are these 131?
No. So these are, I think they're each 94.
I saw 94 on that, and I was like,
So you're going to be good with this one.
What was the one you had me try, like, before we got on air?
114. It was Old Granddad 114. So it was 114. And
you knew it was 114.
Yeah.
And then you lied to me. It's like, I just think of this the name.
I think it's just called 114, but it's 114. It's a little hot.
Yeah. What was the hottest you had me try? 140?
It was right at 140. It was a
what's the highest that they go?
I think like Golden Green and things like that. But that's just pure liquor, corn liquor. I think like moonshine is. I don't know if you know the whole thing, but
I don't.
Moonshine, they distill it. They.
I know. I like the apple.
Yeah, so
apple pie. That's like that.
Yeah, it can go up to 180. I think is yeah. You don't want to get a hold of any of that. But what we're doing
is that where it just lights up a blue flame.
Well, I think anything over like 90 proof, I think is the flame point. But I'm not sure. But funny point there. I used to be the guy at the parties that would put the Golden Grain in his mouth and light a lighter and blow the fire until one night I caught an entire kitchen on fire in college. The entire kitchen. It was a fun time. But
and then you told me about falling through somebody's roof. Like, dude,
yeah.
You've had it, haven't you?
Yeah, I've had some interesting times for sure. But hey, that's the good thing about we can look at it.
Well,
and we can look back and laugh, right?
Yeah.
Especially all the things that you and I have been through. And going back to those stories, I've had a couple people call me and they just died laughing at those stories because they know you and I, and they never knew those things about us.
They knew the black Jeep.
They knew the black Jeep. Yeah, they knew the shop, so they knew all those things. So it was interesting to hear those stories. So, but yeah, so what we're going to do is both of these are Elijah Craig as well, right? Okay,
and they're both 94.
94 proof. Yep.
So what's the difference? They're both 94?
Okay, so they're both also they're toasted. Okay, so they're put in another barrel and charred, and it's a finished. It's called a finished bourbon or a finished whiskey.
So, hold on.
Okay.
So they sit in a barrel for a certain amount of time.
Right.
Then they come out of that barrel and get put in another barrel.
Yep.
And then they get put under fire?
The barrel is charred. That's what causes
So they char it before they put it in.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. And
so they don't put the alcohol in and then try to heat the barrel.
No, they char the barrels and then they
char the inside of it.
That's right.
Like I'm totally.
Yeah, no, that's a great point, and hopefully people are learning. I'm still learning. I've been doing this for a long time, but we'll learn. We'll learn together. But yeah, a finished is it could also be called double oaked. There's some double oaked. That means they're put in two barrels.
So that would be the third barrel it went in.
Some are triple barrel, but you don't see a lot of that. But
does that make it more expensive because it goes into three barrels?
Sometimes, yeah, because the process is more intense.
Why would you do that? Like I don't. Like I said, give me some Crown Apple.
The flavor, they say it.
There ain't much more flavor than a damn Crown Apple. I'm just here to tell you.
Yeah, they say it, and it does. It changes the flavor profile a little bit, and so we'll see if you can taste that on there. So one of these is a bourbon, a toasted bourbon, okay, and one of them is a toasted rye.
So it's what they're made out of.
Because
the rye has to be made of 51%.
I
got you. What?
Have you been studying?
No, I almost have like a photographic memory. No, I'm just kidding.
So the rye has to be 51% what?
It has to be 51% of the overall content of it.
But what has to be 51%?
The rye.
The rye. It has to be composed of 51% or more rye.
Isn't that what I just said? You're making me feel stupid now. I was like,
no.
The rye, that's what's in it. But then the difference of rye and then a bourbon.
Yeah.
See, bourbon has to be 51%.
Of what?
Corn.
That's right.
See?
Look at you.
Look at me.
You learned a lot from the first episode.
Dude,
the first taste.
Surprisingly, too, because you made me taste like 500 million of them.
We did a lot that night. But it was interesting. So what I want to do
that
is...
sofa was interesting.
So what I want to do is I want to what's called blind these for you and see which one you like the best. I'm not going to tell you which one.
Well, I can go ahead and tell you it's going to be the corn.
Well,
I don't like rye.
Okay.
You are a rye guy. I'm not a rye guy.
So I'm going to be very interested to see if you can taste that in these because they're the same bourbon or the same whiskey, Elijah Craig. One's just a rye, one's a bourbon.
And I guess I don't need to look at it because it'll tell. What does it say? Rye and
Well, I'll know which one.
I know, but like if I look and see the 94 and read, like I guess I don't need to read.
Well,
that.
you won't know because I'm gonna mix them up, so you won't know which one is what.
So can I turn this one around? I don't want to cheat. I want to.
No. You can look at it. Most all Elijah.
Have you even opened this?
Yeah, I've opened that one. I've opened both of these actually. I think you're really going to be surprised at this.
I'm not.
I honestly think
the last drink I had, it was a rye. Mm-hmm. The one that you said that got you on the rye.
The Pikesville, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what did you have me try earlier that day? You said it that night. No, just tonight. Today? That Granny something.
Old Granddad.
Old Granddad
114. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like that one.
Is that why you gave it to me?
Well, you said you wanted 2 shots, and then you wanted
Do you know why I said I wanted 2 shots?
Tell me.
Because all the stuff you have is so hot.
So you just want to get it over with,
right? Like, and each one that you have after that is not as hot. So I was afraid that like you were going to give me another 140 again, and I was like, "Just can you give me 2 shots real quick?"
That's really a great point because, like I told you last time, that second and third.
The second one was actually.
Yeah.
I was like, and I think I even said it. That was a lot better than that first one. That first one, I'm glad I had my Dr. Pepper sitting beside me. By the way, Dr. Pepper, you need to throw us a shout out.
Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Right.
One other thing I did want to say before we move on is I'm getting some more hats made, and actually we got some new shirts, so we got some new merch that should be on the website. And
I like that color. Yeah. So the company that we just launched, because I'm selling one, that's actually our color.
Oh yeah, it's a good color, indigo. I like it. But
I call it icy.
Well, very fitting for what you're doing. So
100%.
And we'll talk more about that, I'm sure, at some point as well.
Yeah, most definitely.
We'll promote that as well. But yeah, we'll talk more about the merch probably on the next episode. We're in negotiations with. He's actually a local guy. His name's Byron. Does a great job. I mean,
did he do that hat?
Great job. He didn't do this hat. He's doing some new hats that I got coming.
Okay.
So they look pretty good.
Am I getting one though?
I think I showed you.
Is that what you showed me downstairs?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that.
So we're trying to nail down.
I like the rope that he had on it. Like all of a sudden, I've never, up until the guy I was telling you about that did our hats and this and the other. They're 2 totally different people.
Yeah.
But I never was a rope guy.
Yeah.
Right. Like I just give me just.
Right. Yeah.
But
it's a good look.
It is a pretty. Especially I like
that hat looks great.
Yeah. I like the red rope, and that's the name of the company that we use is Red Rope.
And I still want to reach out to him as well. We just haven't had time to reach out.
Dylan Williams.
Hopefully he'll help us out with some things as well.
I'm sure he will. He's awesome.
Yeah. So anyway, I want to get into this. So I'm going to pour us a couple of drinks, and then we'll kind of get started. Okay. So
I gotta clear my palate.
Yeah, clear your palate with Old Granddad 114.
Is that what's in here?
And
no. You didn't give me.
No, you're actually drinking Old Tub.
Is it all about what is Old Tub? I mean, this is not bad because it's mixed with some kind of soft drink.
Yeah, so Old Tub it's just a mixer. It's just an entry level bourbon.
What was that I had last time though? That I really liked it. This is like
which one?
I don't know. You're the one that knows all that.
The drink that I mixed you last time.
Yes.
I can't even remember. I think it was something that I actually wanted us to review tonight, and it's called Benchmark.
You said it was a great mixer, whatever.
Oh, it was Sazerac.
Yes.
Yeah, I should have got some more down there.
Yeah, this is not my favorite. I'm not gonna lie.
Sorry.
I'm like look.
Old Tub is not
any.
best.
I know you give me all your shit. Like, excuse me, I don't want to be not monetized. Like, literally, like, come. What in the world has been wrong with you today?
Well, it's kind of hard to mix things that are so good, and I don't really have many that's not that really good. And so,
but like the whole point is right. Like you look, my whole goal today was not to drink, and he's like, "Oh, by the way, we got to get so and so."
You did good. I'm proud of you. No, yeah, Old Tub's not very good.
I've been sitting here,
Hey.
and normally I'll be like, "Yeah, that's pretty good."
Yeah.
You didn't even ask me today. But you knew exactly. I'm like, well,
Well, I was trying to find, honestly, my bottom shelf mixer, and that's probably
look.
I can't put Stag in there or
I
Pappy.
But do I like any of that?
I don't. Probably.
No, I don't.
You probably would.
You've made me try it.
But I have to admit, Old Tub's not very good.
I know. And
I'm sorry.
Look, you have made me try like some of your stuff that I'm like, this sucks.
Well, you're gonna like this.
And you were like, that's an $1,800 bottle. And I'm like, it still sucks. Give me your $30 bottle. I don't want your $5 bottle.
I think honestly, next time on the nicer ones, what we need to do is you had a great idea. Is I need to give you something that's a little hotter so that it can get your mouth ready for it, and then hopefully on the other ones you can bring the flavors out a little bit
You
more.
literally set me up last week for a total like.
Yeah, we should not have started on the 131, but we learned.
I mean, no, we didn't. I learned. I don't think you learned anything. You just laughed your ass off for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was pretty funny as I watched it back. But anyway, we're going to get into this, and I honestly think that you're going to be very surprised. I'm going to be surprised if you're not surprised. So you tell us a story while I'm pouring some drinks.
Story. What do you want to know?
I don't know.
about?
Just tell us something fun.
I mean, oh goodness, you got to give me something. I play off of you. I just don't come up with something.
What do you got coming up next week?
I got 5 teams I have to spray next week. So it's gonna be rough. We have flag football starting up. We're about 4th, 5th week of high school football. Now, the next week, Devin has 3 football games in 1 week.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So he's only been able to play 1 football game.
Okay.
Their first week, opening week, it rained. We made it through the first quarter. And it rained, thunder and lightning, a storm came up, and then we got to play the very next week. They ended up winning. When it got rained out, the first one that got rained, they suspended it. It's 12-0. We're going in to going for the extra point, and it got called. So we play it not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday.
Okay.
So we
Good luck.
we were off. We were off today. I went and videoed a couple of our opponents, so we can just kind of come up with a game plan. But then we'll play Clark Central on Saturday. Then we finish the game that got rained out, first game of the season. We finish that on Tuesday, and then turn around the next Saturday and we play Madison. And if I'm not mistaken, I think they won it all last year.
Okay. Madison County?
Yes.
Okay.
They looked really good today. That was the team that we went on. I went and watched.
Where'd you go?
It was actually right down the road. So they were playing Oconee. So they were playing
okay.
Devin's old team.
Yeah. Okay.
And I went and watched and got a little videotape and just watched what they were doing.
Okay.
Devin was with his mom. They went trout fishing. He sent me a picture of this
I
big
saw
old
that.
trout.
Nice.
Like, dude,
That was awesome.
I kid you not. The kid, I don't know. That son of a gun. He did I show you the picture of
Yeah.
like that 7-pound bass
Yeah, it's
that
a
he
nice,
caught?
nice fish.
Like, I ain't caught a 7-pound bass in my life. The
Yeah,
little
me
boy's
neither.
10 years old, just throws it out and just.
He's just good at life. He's just he's just.
But it's all about his energy, right? Like,
yeah.
we were talking about that energy earlier. Like, that son of a gun, I don't care what kind of mood I'm in. You could tell me that I just lost whatever. Stock market crash. Like,
Don't tell me that.
No, but that, like, literally.
Yeah.
But he's mine, right? Like,
That's right. Yeah.
he's not only is he my son, he's my best friend. And
That's awesome. Yeah.
he literally just has that it and that energy.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it is just knowing what he's been around, right?
Right. Yeah.
I don't think he knows any different.
He's a great kid. He really is, and he's a great athlete. I mean, he's just a gamesman, man.
But people don't realize, like, yes, he is a great athlete. But he is. I don't think he was born a great athlete. People, they're like, man, did you see that catch him? But my arm shows you we threw 3,000 balls last week.
Yeah, he puts in the work.
Yeah, and
that
that's what. And when
that's
you
what
think,
it's all about.
but when you think about like great athlete, like he's not naturally talented. Like one of his best friends.
Yeah,
I showed you a picture of him today, right? It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
This kid is literally, I don't know, what would you say, 8 inches taller than him?
Yeah, yeah.
And they just click, right? Like
Right.
it's something that you look at them and you're like, what do they have in common? And they both play football and they both, but Devin has to work so much harder just to be on the field to compete with that guy.
Yeah, but he does. That's the point. He puts the work in. His effort is unbelievable.
I wouldn't say he's a great athlete. He's a hard worker.
He's a very hard
and
worker.
That's what
that's what creates champions. That's what sets champions aside from just your average.
100%. And I tell him all the time, like, you walk any weight room you walk in, and granted, I've been in luckily I've gotten to get back into that, right? Because for a while I was out of it. But to be able to get back in it, in every weight room you walk in, it's hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
Yeah.
And I think at some point in time, like, that he's just heard it. Like, going back up and picking up baseball. Like, the son of a gun had never played baseball a day in his life.
Yeah.
And was he great in his tournaments and all? No, he wasn't. He wasn't the best.
Mm.
But he played in 2 tournaments, and one of the tournaments was one of the biggest 10U tournaments in the country.
Right.
Someone going to finish the season batting .330.
Pretty good.
I would say so. But to him, he didn't do well enough that I'm talking about we drove home. As soon as we drove home, we got out of the car. I wasn't even able to put the bucket of balls in the garage. And he's like, Dad, let's hit. And I was like,
well, that's what it's all about, man. It really is.
But it's that.
It's what are you doing when nobody's looking, man?
And that's what makes, and to say all of that, that's what makes him what everybody thinks is a great athlete. They think
they don't see the work behind.
They think what he does is just natural. Oh, that boy can catch anything.
It's a great point. Yeah.
But it gets back to everything else, right? Like, if you want to succeed, if you're half-assing at your job, right? Like, you're going to get passed over for promotions and this and that. And one of the things that we talked about, you were talking about, like, I just want to be at the best. I want to be the best at whatever I do, right? Like a job interview or a this or a that or whatever. And I was just like, that's where I was telling you, me and you differ. Like, I don't want to be going to no job interview. I want to be given the interview.
Yeah.
And I think you've done a great job of, like, being able to balance both. Like, you made a comment to me, and I forget who you told me you picked this up from, right? Like, you own I've owned my own business for the majority of my life. You have not only owned your own business, but you've worked for somebody else, right? While you've owned your own business. And I think that's what put you ahead in life, right? Like, I've been over here struggling, like, trying to make rent and trying to make sure my employees are paid. You were an employee plus a business owner. Like, I couldn't imagine. Like, I did pull my hair out. I ain't got no hair. But, like, at the end of the day, like, you did 2 jobs or you did 3 jobs or you did whatever it took. And that's what I'm trying to teach Devin to do, is just, like, no matter what it takes, just do. Like, at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, that's 100% accurate. It's a great point. I mean, and still, at 46 years old.
Damn, you're old.
I'm very old. But, I mean, that was instilled in me. My dad was, my best friend and my greatest mentor ever. But he always told me, son,
Oh, is this sponsored by Hayes today?
It's sponsored by Hayes today.
So I had look. I'm sorry, I didn't wear anything Patriot Pride today. This was a spur of the moment thing, so I had to make sure I had my drink.
But
is this Hayes or just Hayes Investments? Because you got like 3 or 4.
We'll do Hayes Investment Properties today.
Okay.
But anyway, going back to my dad, I mean, that's what he always told me and instilled in me is, just what you're trying to instill in Devin is always outwork everyone else. You have control over your attitude and you have control over your effort, and going back to what I was telling you, I mean, this probably is crazy. It's crazy to me, but I mean, I've got a goal I'm trying to achieve even today. And, that goes back to me telling you, I mean, I was out running, I guess, yesterday morning at,
I'd have been like, hey,
I was running at 4 a.m. I was running 5 miles at 4 a.m. because the day was situated to where I couldn't do it during the day. But, that's the goal that I had achieved or set for myself to achieve. And
you hit a benchmark, right?
Yeah. But I'm still.
Did you think you were going to be able to hit it?
Yeah.
So everybody, his goal was to get under 190 by a certain time or something.
Yeah, hit the 180s again. Yeah.
Dude, I ain't seen 180 in forever.
But yeah, I mean, I try to set a goal at least once a year like that. Something that's very difficult because to me it gives you a reason.
Like I want to. My goal is shoot a 72. You're like, let's run 100 miles.
Hey, whatever works, man. Whatever.
No. It's not whatever works.
Yeah,
because running 100 miles is stupid. You got cars. That's why your knees hurt.
Yeah.
That's why you're like, hey, can you bring the cryo machine over? Yeah, because you run 100 miles.
But hey, once you achieve it, it's a great feeling, though.
What's great about that? Now, granted,
to me,
I love the discipline. I love the discipline behind it.
And that's it. The point of setting a goal and achieving it. Even still today,
I can see that
at the age that I am, because we go back. We're athletes, man. We're competitors, and as we get older, we kind of sometimes lose that edge, and so
I don't know if we lose the edge as far as we change the dial. Right, like I think the edge is already there.
Well, it is, but I have to put something back into momentum for that dial to be turned back up because I just get complacent myself. Speaking on myself.
So, do you think your physical goals help you in your mental preparation for daily life or goals in general?
1,000%, 1,000%, because the physical goals as we get older are so much harder. I mean, just the motivation to go out. I listen to a lot of David Goggins and all that, and he's 100% accurate. You got to do the things that you hate doing. You got to love doing the things that you hate to do.
For how long?
Set a goal, and until you achieve that goal, you got to keep doing it. It keeps you sharp, man.
I don't care to run.
I'm
5,000 million miles to say I ran.
We're going to set some goals. It doesn't have to be running. It can be anything. It can be something that's difficult, whatever that may be. That puts you into a mindset that I cannot stand doing this.
When you talk about your HIIT training and this and the other, you talk about I run for this and I run a mile, dude. I go and tell you. I've never run a mile, don't care to run a mile.
It's okay.
But at the same time, I'm about sprints.
Yeah.
The mile part, I'm going to beat you from point A to point B, as long as it's within 40, 50 yards.
Yeah. No, I think this is a really good point for people or
that's just my
kids
mindset.
Or anybody watching this. It doesn't have to be running. It doesn't have to be anything in specific. It can be, hey, I want to set a goal that I'm going to wake up each morning and I'm going to make my bed today. I'm going to do that for 1 week straight. If you're not used to doing that, it's all a mindset.
I've always heard that making your bed is the people that make their bed do this, or the people military they make them make their beds.
It's all about discipline, man. It's just setting something in your mind that you don't enjoy doing or that doesn't come natural for you. Running, I hate to run. I do not like to run.
You could have fooled me.
I do not.
You
like
talk
to
about
run.
it all the time.
I don't like it.
I can tell you, like, coaching and training Devin, I get to coach him. You know, we practice Monday, we get practice Tuesday, we practice Thursday, and then we'll have a game on Friday, and we'll go spray. You know, doing cryotherapy for whatever school that Friday night and whatever. But Devin has understood the fact that we go in and got to watch, and I showed you a video of this. Not this past Friday night, because today's Saturday or Sunday morning, whatever.
Yeah.
We got to go a week ago and go and watch 2 elite high school football programs in the country, not just state of Georgia. There was 20 when I showed you that video. There was 24 nationally ranked players. We ain't talking about Division I players. We're talking about 24 of the best players in the country, not at their position. Yeah. We're talking about overall top 100 players.
Amazing.
There's 24 players in the top 100 in the whole entire country.
Playing in one game.
In one game.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
Well, there's 22 starters on offense and defense.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and it was to watch them. And at the end of the day, like, I'll grade Devin at the end of practice. I don't tell him what he did wrong. I don't tell him what he did right. I'm like, he'll walk up and he's like, Dad, what did I score today? And I'll give him an A or a B or a C or a B plus or whatever. And he literally said, Dad, the difference of, and one team had 14 national players ranked on their team, and the other team had 10.
Okay.
And he goes, Dad, the reason that team lost was because they wasn't disciplined. And I was like, you're 100% right. Before you knew it, it was 31-6.
Yeah.
And the team that had 14 didn't win. And I said, so what did you learn from that, Dad? He goes, the people who were super talented only rely on their talent because they can beat the majority of the people based off their talent. Mm-hmm. And then this comes from a 10-year-old kid, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, if you relied on your discipline and then your effort, and then when crap hits the fan, you rely on your talent, you'll be hard to beat.
Wow.
And I was like,
wow.
That's coming from a 10-year-old.
He's very wise already.
But there again, like he gets to see it from the sideline.
Yeah.
And it's something that he loves.
And he just takes all of it in. He just takes it all in like a sponge.
Well,
man.
Prime example, we were sitting there and Florida State's head coach was sitting there. And Devin caught a pass right in front of him.
Yeah.
And he was like, who is that? Like, they're recruiting. Like, I'm not, and granted, I'm not saying they're recruiting a 10-year-old. I'm not saying that at all. Yeah. But he was like, Devin made a catch that most 10-years don't make.
Right.
But Devin's tried that 100 million times.
Yeah.
How many times would a high school kid try to make that catch? Yeah. And instead of going up with his right hand to catch it, he tried to go up with his left.
Yeah.
And everything worked out, and he happened to catch it. And he happened to catch it within 5 yards of the head coach of FSU.
That's pretty cool. That's a great
And to
story.
see it, and he was like, this is why I do what I do. Like, he didn't have a game this week, but he worked harder this week because he knew the opportunity of where he was going to get to go catch passes from somebody. Yeah. And it wasn't even in a game. It was just like, hey, I want to do it just because he wanted to do it.
Yeah, that's a great point. And to me, it all goes back to discipline, because discipline, it helps you not only, again, in athletics or competition, but it helps you in life as well, in business, with just in general friendships, just every day of life. If you focus on being as disciplined as possible, in my opinion, that's what helps me the most, because it's such a.
So would you rather? Let me ask you a question. Would you rather have discipline or would you rather have talent?
Well, if you don't have discipline, it doesn't matter how much talent you have, right?
I mean, sometimes.
I'll turn. That's a great question. I'll turn it back to you. What would you rather have?
Sometimes you can't teach talent.
I agree, but sometimes if you don't have
From a coaching standpoint, give me and I'm just gonna go being honest with you. Like, there's kids you see, or there's athletic ability that you see going, you can't coach that.
Right. No, I totally get that. But let me ask you this.
But at the end of the day, going back, the team that was disciplined,
right,
this in that ball game, the team that was disciplined won, and a 10-year-old noticed that discipline beat talent.
Well, discipline also goes along with fundamentals, right? Because if you're disciplined, normally you're fundamentally sound, right? And I also think that discipline can create talent.
That's exactly, like, getting back to, that's exactly why Devin is excelling in what he does.
Right.
Right? Like, he literally, I'm telling you, there's not a day that goes by that son of a gun does not catch 100 balls. Period. Point blank, end of discussion.
Yeah.
Rain, shine, we'll be throwing in the house. We'll be throwing, the walls are marked up. Like,
yeah.
But
well, that's why he's as good as he is at this age, in my opinion, and he's only going to continue to get exponentially
do you think he could get burned out in that? And that's 100% him. That's me not pushing him.
I think as long as he has the will to do it, and it's not you pushing him.
But do you, like, I know in my professions, I'm that. Give me 5-6 years, and I'm moving on to something else. Like, that's just my mentality, right?
Yeah, no, I understand that.
You, on the other hand, can stay in something for 20 years. I can't stay in something for 20 years.
Yeah,
I haven't. Yeah. We talked about it, right? Like,
yeah.
I build and I move on. I build because I get bored.
Right.
Do you think it's, like, how long you been running and doing that thing that you've been doing?
You mean on
the running a mile, walking? Yeah, like
7 weeks. The next week will be 8 weeks.
So do you do it? Do you set it up on, like, a goal, like 8 weeks, 12 weeks, whatever?
Yeah. Normally, once a year I'll go 8 to 12 weeks.
Do you change it around? Because running's running. Running freaking sucks.
It does. There's no way around it. But no, normally.
Do you like running on treadmill, or you like running out in, like, the
I hate running on treadmill, but I do my high intensity interval training on the treadmill.
And then you do your long distance just out in the road?
Yeah.
So when do you change that up? Do you go 6 weeks of long distance and then, like, I never run long distance. I'll go and take you. Like,
so Monday, Wednesday, Friday I do the distance, steady state, and then Tuesday, Thursday I normally do the high intensity. And I'll do that straight for.
What's the point of the long distance?
Well, it helps me in numerous ways. It helps me cardiovascularly. It helps decrease my blood pressure, which goes along with cardiovascular. Lowers my resting heart rate. Lowers my cholesterol. So there's a lot of things for me, and everybody. That's the thing about it too. Everybody's body's different. I used to do this same thing with one of my friends. And he couldn't stand it, and he couldn't be consistent with it like I could. But that's one thing that when I set my mind to something, I'm very.
I'd rather you knock me out.
Yeah, I'm very, very, very disciplined. My willpower is up there, and so when I set my mind to do something, I'm going to do it. I mean, like I said, just like last night. I mean,
Some gun was out running at 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I ran from 3:30 to 4:30. But what are you going to do? I mean, I had to get it done.
Sleep. That's what I would have done.
Anyway, so yeah, I mean, it goes back to, but I think that's a great question. You can't teach talent, you're right, but I think a lot of times that discipline can create talent, and that talent at that sporting, whether it be baseball, football, basketball, whatever, at some point in your life, that talent's going to run out. But are you still going to have discipline? Because discipline leads to success in other aspects of your life. So the discipline can help you again, in relationships. It can help you in business. It can help you with many different avenues of your life. And so I'm very proud that Devin has that discipline now, because I think that's going to set him up for success, whether it's in sports or just in life in general. So discipline is, you can't teach that either. You can't teach discipline.
If you were to try to teach discipline, how would you do it?
That's a great question.
I mean, you said you hate running.
Yeah.
You hate, did you automatically start out and go, hey, I hate running, but I'm going to go run. And then the next day you go run. Or was there falters, or where you failed, or where was that? Boom. It clicked.
So I guess for me is when I started seeing the results of what I wanted to see, when I saw the blood pressure go down, or when I saw the resting heart rate go down, or the cholesterol go down, or the pounds go down. When I see the results, that gives me the motivation.
That gives you the addiction
to continue to do it. But at
the same time, you gotta. That's what I'm saying, right? It's going to take you 30 days to see that.
Well, that's what I was about to say, and that's why a lot of people are not successful, and goes back to they're not disciplined long enough.
So have you always been disciplined? You were just
always
okay. Adam Hayes, at 3 years old, he was disciplined.
Well, yeah, but it was my environment. It was my dad taught me that. My dad instilled discipline in me from day one. Just in life in general, you have to be disciplined.
My dad did. My dad instilled discipline in me. Still, I'm not going to go run.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Do, yeah. Discipline's hard to teach. It's willpower is what it is. It's what is the willpower that you have, and how strongly do you have that willpower to achieve the goal that you've set for yourself? And I'm just the type of person that, with the help of God, if I set a goal to achieve something, I'm going to achieve it.
What's the point? But I guess mine, I've always been, consider me like a funny car. I'm that alcohol, just we were going from here to here. Mm-hmm. I'm running the quarter mile.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm not really running that. I'm running the 40 yards.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So what got you to the point going, hey, I'm running a mile today?
Well,
what kept... And I don't even think it's the discipline. I could go out and run a mile, run, walk, crawl, a mile,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And I could do that for a month.
Yeah.
I could do it for 6 months,
mm-hmm.
right? But coming from the athletic background of being fast twitch,
yeah,
the long distance hurts that.
Then,
as far as an athletic performance,
sure,
right?
Sure, I understand.
So what gave you, and I guess that's what I'm trying to figure out, is what gave you the point of going, I'm going to do this for 12 weeks and let's see what happened?
Well, it was years of experience and trial and error on what works and what doesn't work. And I think that's really important, to where you have to set your goal first. What is your goal? And then you have to, by trial and error, see what works.
What is your goal? I mean,
so my goal was to get back in the 180s. That was my goal.
Okay.
And to decrease my blood pressure.
Okay.
That was my goal.
So your goal was to get into the 180s. You're in the 180s.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel?
I feel great.
Do you?
I feel great, yeah.
All right.
I feel great.
So you think you feel better at 187 than you do 195?
I don't think there's that much difference in that weight, but if you get up into 205, 210, for me, from my
225.
Body, then I start, it's hard to,
What's the heaviest you've ever been?
The heaviest I've ever been, probably 220, 225 maybe. I probably was around 220 when I started this cut. I actually started this cut. I wasn't as disciplined, but I actually started the cut.
Is that the bean diet thing you were on?
That was last year, and that didn't work. So,
but see, that's what I'm saying.
That's a great point. But
I could have told you that didn't work.
But that's part of the trial and error.
But what made you think that would work?
Dude, you should see some of the things I've tried.
But what was it? Dude, I literally Did I bring somebody over here that day?
I don't remember.
But, like, what in the hell were you thinking to go on an all beans diet?
Well, so I'll tell you what I do now is.
Oh my God!
I'm actually not going to get into it, but I'm very just the willpower that I have is I'm different than other people.
Oh, well, obviously,
I'm different.
when you told me you were like, what was it, 30 days?
No, it was just a week last year.
No,
I was just on the peas. It was actually peas and beans. It was English peas and black eyed. No, yeah, it was English peas, black eyed peas, and green beans is what it was.
No meat, no nothing.
Yeah, not a good choice. So again, that's what's taught. Honestly, that's what's taught me over these years. Is I do stupid things, but that's really only the way to learn your body, because your body's going to be different than mine. You could do what I do, and number one, you could probably get hurt, or you may not see the results. But it goes back into what I was going to say. A lot of people set their goals and they work out really hard for a week, and you're not going to see results in a week.
100%.
But I'll tell you this: every time I've ever set some type of regiment, literally on when the fourth week was over, to almost to the day, I started seeing results. So if people can just hang in there for 4 weeks, you will see results. And during those 30 days, I've done this for years. You've got to figure out what works for your body. Some things don't work for some things may not work for your body that work for my body, and you just got to figure out what that is. And I've got a pretty good, idea of what works for me now. Beans, yeah, beans and English peas
don't work.
They don't.
You were miserable that week.
I was.
Like I literally, like I'll be honest with you. When I found out, I was like, I'm not gonna call him for the next week because that diet has to suck.
Yeah, it didn't work out. But hey,
did you find that on the internet? Did you just I
just thought of it, man. I just thought of it. Like I do most things, I just come up with these ideas.
Oh my gosh!
But hey, anyway.
So I can go ahead and tell you the best, how I have to trick my mind in the point of, I know you can't tell right now, but I used to be in pretty good shape. Mm-hmm. But I used to have to trick my mind and play games with myself, as far as mentally. So if you tell me I cannot have something, day 3, guess what?
You're going to have it.
Not that I'm going to I'm going to be dying to have it.
Yeah.
Or you can't have that Snickers or whatever my favorite food is, right?
Right.
So when I was competing in CrossFit and had the gym and this and the other, I had to figure out, play little mind games with myself.
Right.
Because I'm not as disciplined as you. I was able to rely on a lot more talent. And that's one of the things that I was able to try to get into Devin and be like, look, at this point I wasn't doing anything. And I was still good enough to be able to compete and play. But then my senior year, I'm sitting on the bench first 3 games because I didn't put in the training, or I didn't. And that was and I'll be honest with you, that was one of the reasons I got into coaching.
Right.
But I had to play mental games with myself in the fact that when I started training people for weight loss and this, that, and the other in CrossFit in general, the human body tells you you can't have, what's something that you hadn't had in 6 months?
I haven't had caffeine in 3 or 4 years.
Okay. But that's by choice, right?
Yeah.
If I looked at you and was like, hey, come hell or high water, you can't have caffeine for the next 30 days. At some point, there's going to be some type of craving, right? Like if I give you a Snickers, or if I give you, whatever, if I tell you can't have it, what's the first thing we want to do?
Well, most people, the first thing that they want to do is they want to have it, but I'm just different, man. I'm just built different. If I instill in my own mind that I'm not going to do something, I push it so far away that I don't think about it.
So, okay, he's different.
I'm different.
But for the most, part,
yeah.
In my mind, it's tell me I can't.
Yeah.
Now, if you tell me I can't do it, totally different. But if you tell me I can't have it,
yeah,
it's So in my mind, I had to come up with something to go, okay, what can I do? Because I'll go and tell you, you asked me earlier, we were sitting there talking. In high school, I was like 110 pounds when I graduated high school.
Yeah.
And then, like, I could eat 5 peanut butter, and I did in high school. I was
yeah.
eating 5 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches a day, like trying to gain weight, and I could never gain it.
Same.
Well, then it got to the point where I got into understanding the training and the concepts and all of that kind of stuff. And weight, I don't know, weight is all, it's gained at the dinner table. It ain't gained at the breakfast table. It ain't gained at the lunch table. It's gained at the dinner table.
Yeah, a lot has to do with that, yeah.
So, sitting there and training high school athletes or training, college athletes getting ready to go wherever, trying to go to combines and this, that, and the other, and just the every average person. It was more of, let's go with 3-1. And people were like, what is a 3-1? And I'm not a dietitian. I wasn't able to do, I can't tell you what to eat and what not to eat.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing was, and what helped me, and I just actually got back on and started this process, because me and Devin are going to start training as soon as the season's over. But it was more of, it's a 3, what we call it a 3-1, a 4-1, a 5-1, and so on. So the 3-1 was, start on Monday and you get 3 really good meals. So you have like a snack and 3 really good meals.
I got you.
And most people can eat clean and healthy for a day.
Yeah.
Well, then that would allow you Tuesday to eat whatever you wanted to for breakfast. And then you go back 3 really good meals. So that puts you Wednesday for lunch, eating whatever you wanted to. And then go 3 really good meals. And then put you Thursday for dinner, eating whatever you want. So now I got a breakfast during the week, I got a lunch during the week, and
That's a good idea.
And that way I don't fail, right? Because if we set up, if I told you, anybody else other than Adam Hayes, if I told them, you got to go the next 30 days without having your whatever, a cheat meal or this or that, people can go 3 days, or people can go 3 meals. But what's hard is going 30 meals.
Yeah, that's
a
really good point. Well,
but then the next week, guess what we do?
Back it down by 1.
No, we raise it up 1. So instead of going 3 meals, we're going to go 4 meals.
I got you.
So week 2, you'll be 4 meals, 1 meal.
Oh, I got you.
4 meals.
Yeah.
What do you think we do week 3? 5 meals.
Okay.
1 meal.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
What do you think we do week 4?
6.
Until we got a 90-day program.
I got you.
Well, how many, out of all of that being said, how many dinner meals do you think you had that you took out during them 90 days?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
And it was that little bit of different. It's almost like interest and compound interest.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm getting interest, but are you getting compounded interest? And the less meals that I ate at the dinner table that were a cheat meal and it's the way, and I tell Devin all the time, I'm like, you're never to eat a cheat meal. We're never going to eat a cheat meal. We're always going to treat it as a reward. Because if I put it in a cheat meal, you think you did something bad. That's then it puts your brain in a thing of like, I cheated. Well, screw it, I cheated. I might as well go the rest of the week and start all over.
That's a really good point.
But if you put it as a reward, then it's, hey, I earned it. And now, and you don't go over the top. It's whatever the meal is. If it can fit on a plate, then I can do it.
Right. That's a really good point.
It's all about them, and that's the big thing is when we were at that game, not this past Friday, but the Friday before, I met a guy, and he was talking about cognitive learning and training. You know much about the brain and training the brain and
a little bit, yeah.
And it was more of like brain fatigue, right? Like, so when a game starts, you're on point, but by let's use baseball, or by the fourth quarter, when are games won? In the beginning or in the end?
In the end.
So you better be on point mentally.
That's right.
At the end. Well, so much of high school athletes, middle school athletes, you know, for instance, Devin, 10 years old all the way up to the pros. What makes the pro athlete different than the college athlete, and college athlete different from the high school athlete is brain fatigue.
Right.
Knowing when to cut something off and when to cut something on.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the difference in the it factor, right? Like, same thing when you go back to think about the military, right? Like, what's the difference in a military soldier and an elite military soldier, like a special forces? It's not the training.
It's the discipline.
It's the mental switch, right? Which, yeah, you can call it discipline.
Right.
You can call it. But at the same time, like, some of the, and I'll be honest with you, some of the baddest son of a guns I ever met in my entire life were not athletic.
100%, yeah.
It was like, you know them kids that you think back of, like, yeah, there's some great, you know, Navy SEALs that were like, you know, a Pat Tillman or a this or a that, but it was more of like just the average person that just decided to be great.
That's right. That's a great point. But again, to me, that's all about discipline. The discipline's what makes you want to be great, and what turns that switch on for you to set your mind that no matter what happens, no matter what I got to do, I'm going to be great. And that's all goes back to being disciplined. Because if you're not disciplined, you can say I'm going to be great all you want to, but what are you going to do to get there? What are you going to do to get great?
You're right.